Welcome to another one of my trip reports. Today I'll be flying with AirAsiaX in their economy class product to Kuala Lumpur. Today's trip report begins at Tokyo's Haneda Airport in Terminal 3. Here in Tokyo, there are 3 airports that covers the greater Tokyo metropolis. The main 2 that you've probably heard of is Haneda and Narita, but the third is the lesser known Chofu Airport, located 3 kilometers north of the Tama River and 21 kilometers west of Tokyo Station. I arrived here after flying in from South Korea. As my holiday was very near to its end, I needed to find a way home that was cheap, so therefore I decided to fly to Kuala Lumpur with AirAsiaX. AirAsiaX uses the mic check-in desks, which is located on the far left-hand side of the building, adjacent to Qatar Airways. Check-in this evening was extremely quick, as I was one of the last to do so. As I was handed my boarding pass, I was instructed to clear security and immigration immediately, as my flight was very soon to be boarding. There are 2 security entrances. I obviously used the closer one, however, it is much smaller, but it was a lot faster than anticipated. Once I cleared security and immigration, I turned left and made my way to the gate. Along the way is the usual duty-free and restaurants, most of which were closed, but a few remained open. I didn't really have time for these today, as boarding was very near. Once I had arrived at my gate, I got a glimpse of the aircraft that'll be flying me to Kuala Lumpur, which is an Airbus A330-300, registered as 9 Mike X-Ray Quebec. The aircraft first flew for Dragon Air in 2006 under Bravo Hotel Whiskey India, before being delivered to AirAsiaX in 2014, where she remains to this day, making this aircraft 17 years old. Boarding for tonight's flight commenced at gate 144 and was in zones. I was seated in zone 4, the last to board. AirAsiaX A330s are in a 2-class configuration. There are 12 business class seats in a 222 configuration and 365 economy class seats in a 333 configuration. Tonight I'll be seated in seat 10 kilo, which is in the quiet zone. The economy class seat has 32 inches of pitch and 16.5 inches of width. In front is a standard tray table that folds down and extends. In the seat pocket you'll find a safety card, menu, magazine and air sickness bag. Above are reading lights only. We pushed back from gate 144 on time and the engines fired up for our flight to Malaysia. Taxi to runway 16 left via Papa 7, Papa, Bravo, Lima 11, Alpha 11, Kilo and Charlie 10. Now please enjoy this simulated takeoff footage. After takeoff, we spun around Tokyo Bay before setting a southwesterly course towards Malaysia. Flight time tonight is 6 hours and 38 minutes, covering a distance of 3,463 miles or 5,573 kilometers, cruising at 39,000 feet. Whilst climbing, we flew directly over Tokyo, which was a little bit hazy due to cloud cover. As we reached cruising altitude, we flew by Ito in the Shizuoka prefecture. After we left the Japanese coast behind, the crew began the in-flight service and I decided to have the famous Uncle Chin's chicken rice, which comes with a bottle of water, soy sauce and hot sauce. The chicken itself, despite looking awful, was extremely good and tasty as well as a little bit spicy. After finishing my meal, I attempted to fall asleep, to which I actually succeeded, and I awoke nearly 5 hours later as the lights for pre-descent preparations was turned on. On board AirAsiaX's A330s are 8 bathrooms, 1 for business and 7 for economy. Inside is everything you'd expect to find, however there was a lack of bottled hand soap that I'm used to. Soon we commenced our descent into Kuala Lumpur. Just like at takeoff, my GoPro footage was corrupted, so instead I've replaced the footage with simulated footage. As we descended into the city, the weather suddenly changed from clear to overcast and rainy.
Cabin crew, be seated for landing.
Now please enjoy this simulated landing footage. After landing, we taxied back to Terminal 2 via Charlie 7, Delta 10, Delta, Delta 2, Charlie 2, Papa 2, Quebec 6, Uniform 6, Uniform 5 Delta, and Uniform 5. We pulled into Gate 8, 17 minutes ahead of schedule. As I stepped off the aircraft, I entered the terminal building while still being half asleep, in desperate need of a coffee. AirAsiaX's economy class is, in a word, disappointing. AirAsiaX has opted for an extra seat to each row in the A330-300, resulting in a 9 abreast seating, rather than the standard 8 on this aircraft type. The result of this is a very narrow and uncomfortable seat. To be honest, if it wasn't for the 2 tiny passengers beside me, I would have been extremely cramped and uncomfortable. AirAsiaX do not have any form of in-flight entertainment, which is extremely disappointing, considering this flight is an international flight over 6 hours long. I was surprised at the taste of the AirAsiaX food. Some of it looks about as processed and rubbery as it can get, but it tastes fantastic, and there is quite a wide variety of things to choose from, especially if you pre-book meals online. However, if you want to avoid eating food on board, make sure you eat at the airport beforehand. Low-cost carriers are fantastic if you follow the rules and are prepared. Where they come undone is when you have to make a change or contact them. However, this is where I fell back, as I tried to change my booking several times. My final verdict on this airline is and to be honest, I would never fly in their economy class product again.
You said you leaving tomorrow at dawn. Ooh, and then you asked me if I would come.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out my other videos, and don't forget to push that notification bell, if you enjoy my content that is. And I hope to see you again in the next one. See you later!